Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the GankTank. I'm your host, VitaLetum, and our co-host, once again, is John.
Phoenix.
Who cares? No one. Okay.
That's not very nice.
And so this episode, we're going to be talking about PAX, what we're going to be doing there, and how fun that's going to be.
Yeah.
Basically bragging that you guys don't have tickets and we do.
Don't worry, we'll be covering it. Don't be upsetting the fans, Vita.
That's what I do. I'm a dick.
Remind me.
Now, the first thing that we're going to be going to is we're going to make sure we go to the indie developers because, you know, they normally come with the most creative things. They don't do things that are safe, that are going to bring in the money they want to do. They normally have a true heart. They don't have anyone giving them a paycheck, so except for you guys, so they want to make it as good as possible. And they're willing to take risks because of that. So
Very true.
I am very excited to see what the indie development has going on. Another thing that I noticed is that Sega is going to be there, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see what Sega's up to. Because, well, frankly, Sega doesn't do anything anymore.
Ouch.
Now, I'm not sure, I forget what company does Tekken, but I do know that Tekken Tag 2 will be coming out soon, so that'll be interesting to see what company is doing that, or if it's the same company as always. So, which I think was, I can't even remember who did Tekken, to be honest.
It's 3 in the morning, don't judge us.
Yeah. Okay. Tekken is, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is coming out, but who does it? Who does it? Tell me! Someone else is doing it, not the Namco. Namco, I guess, does it. Okay. So, Namco. I'm excited. I'm really excited now. I've always been a Tekken guy. Don't get me wrong. Don't be mad at me, all you other people out there. But Marvel vs. Capcom, come on, really, over Tekken, really. What did you like more, John?
I was better at Tekken, but I don't dislike watching Marvel vs. Capcom.
I think Tekken required a lot more. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I think they were both very hard fighters to get extremely good at, but I always thought that Tekken stylistically was a lot cooler than Street Fighter because in the time period that was released, Marvel vs. Capcom and Tekken, well, to be honest, I was kind of. Street Fighter had been done before, it felt like, I guess. I mean, it was similar to a lot of the same other type of fighters and whatnot as street fighting. And Tekken was just a little bit different, had a little different spin to it. So, that's why I enjoyed it so much. Another one that, what are some of the things that you're excited for, John, when we're going to be going there?
I'm a die-hard Bethesda fan. I'm not necessarily as excited for Dishonored as I probably should be, but I'd like to check it out. Hopefully they're bringing back Prey 2. That was really cool.
You think so?
I thought it was.
I'm kind of excited for Dishonored. I hope it's a good game.
It doesn't look like a bad game. It's just I'm not as excited for it as I ought to be.
Yeah. And as usual, well, no, Microsoft, it's kind of interesting to see why Microsoft is there because, I mean, they always have a booth, but it normally doesn't take 3 booths for Microsoft to be there. So I know something big's coming from Microsoft. I would think that they would have had it under 343 games, even though it's Microsoft exclusive. Of course, Halo 4, which one of the booths might be 343 Games that Microsoft has bought. So, well, we won't know until we get there.
Hopefully we'll get to play Halo 4 before all of you.
Yeah, hopefully. That would be kind of cool. And get a little footage from that. I'm also actually looking forward to Twitch TV, because one thing that has becoming increasingly popular, especially over the last year or so, is streaming. People like streaming online, whether people watch or not. They like having that opportunity of it's basically YouTube 2.0, I guess you could say. So it should be kind of interesting what they got on their booth. It's going to be fun to watch their little thing on how to become a successful streamer. Or broadcaster, my apologies, and it should be a lot of fun. Anything else that you're excited for?
2K's got a pair of huge booths.
Yeah, 2K should be interesting. Any of the big booths is definitely going to be interesting, because that typically means, while I love seeing what the indie games have to offer, also seeing what AAA games are coming out is a must. You have to know what the big money games are coming out, because that's kind of going to tell you the genre that's going to be dominant for the next 2 years. So...
Red 5 is back.
And to be honest, we saw for about a year now, we've seen kind of a turn away from FPS. So
you've seen them turn away from a lot of things if you've been following this year very closely.
Yeah, and so I kind of think that with all these FPSs coming out, I think this is a comeback for the FPS genre. Because MOBA seems to be the dominating one at the moment, which is Dota style games, for those of you that don't know. Fast action RTS is what they like to call it, which is just a shitty term of saying I'm too lazy to be good at an RTS that I have to play a game that feels like an RTS but only requires one unit control. Sorry for all of those that were offended by that. I do play League of Legends and have very good League of Legends friends, so don't be mad. League of Legends is going to be there. That's one of my favorite games to play when I get pissed off at any of the competitive games that I play, so that should be exciting. I do want to see the competitive games that come out, because, well, that's me. I'm a competitive gamer. John is not, unfortunately, so he's going to be looking for more of the casual games and the cooperative games and finding some good picks in there, and we're going to be doing interviews with as many people as possible. And I will be taking place in the Counter-Strike Go tournament, so I've been playing quite a bit of that lately to try and get as good as it as possible.
Yay.
So maybe I'll do good in that, but I definitely won't be able to compete with any pros, because I don't know any tricks of the trade.
Shoot them in the face.
I try. It's much more difficult in Counter-Strike to shoot in the face than it is in any other game I've ever played.
Do better.
Especially if you get shot first.
Was Mojang there last year?
Not that I know of.
Well, they're there again.
Shoot, I forgot to look. What's the name of them? They made Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh, PopCap?
PopCap. Is PopCap there?
Let me look.
Because it would make sense if they had
see them.
one. That's interesting, because their headquarters in Seattle. In fact, I helped repair their whatchamacallit? I helped repair the crane on their prize machine, where you basically put in a quarter and then you get to play for a little stuffed animal.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I got to repair that. That was kind of cool. They gave me a security card and everything, and I had to use it to go in, and, well, yeah.
Half-Brick is going to be there for all you iOS people who like to be fruit ninjas. Or here lately, the
I don't like iOS games, but again, it's great for travel. iOS is really good for travel.
Well, the Fruit Ninja and
What a terrible game.
no, it isn't. And
It's a
Jetpack, the new Jetpack game.
It's a god-awful name that you can do without even thinking. And that's why it's so fun for people, is because it's something you can play for 2 minutes and then get off and do something else.
Well, there's a lot of strategy that goes into Fruit Ninja. I've seen some true Fruit Ninjas.
No.
Okay, just because you like to play RTSs with all your little bugs going around attacking human nanolords.
I play FPS, RTS. I play any genre that can be extremely competitive. I will give a chance to play.
You need to stop playing with yourself.
You need to stop playing with yourself.
No,
So,
I play iOS games and console games, mostly solo. Because, God, I hate you noobs.
oh.
Hate randoms. Don't you hate randoms?
I hate randoms too, very much.
I'm a long time retired and I still hate
The problem
them.
is what I've realized is in team games, you have to get good at playing against randoms before you can get good with a team. Because then it's going to have this disparity where when you're not playing with your team, you do god-awfully bad.
Why has Deep Silver got such a big booth?
Who knows?
I mean, they were small last year, and Dead Island was a whole lot more popular last year.
Well, maybe Dead Island 2.
Well, yeah, Dead Island Riptide, but Dead Island 1 didn't exactly do well enough to earn a booth that size, I don't think.
So maybe someone bought them out and gave them a whole bunch of money and said, hey, make this.
No.
No.
No, Riptide is announced and coming.
Well, I don't know.
How much money does Red 5 have?
Probably way too much. Probably they have a really, really rich owner and who just doesn't care, and he says, make this game, and they're like, okay.
I wonder if they're ever going to release that game.
Who knows? I mean, that Mega Man was in development for 10 years and it got canceled 2 weeks before release. Which is disappointing to all those that wanted Mega Man 3.
Duke Nukem was in development for forever, and they should have canceled it way before it got close.
Yeah. But, Mega Man is one of those that kind of deserved that release. Duke Nukem didn't deserve the release. I don't care how iconic people thought it was. It didn't deserve a release. It was not that great of a game. Just an iconic character was all it was. Man, people are going to be so mad at me. I'm good at this, aren't I?
No, not really.
What?
Oh, good. Double Fine's going to be there. They got a tiny booth. Why does Double Fine have such a small booth? Well, then again, they did go from Psychonauts to doing Sesame Street monster games. So I guess that would make sense.
Well, remember, the creator of Minecraft was thinking about giving money to them to make Psychonauts 2. So that might be why they might be announcing Psychonauts 2.
In a booth the size of a classroom desk?
Well, maybe they had been hurting. They've been on low times lately, and they're hoping this might help.
Yeah, they've been on some especially bad times whenever they're making Sesame Street Connect games. Tim Schafer, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, well,
Reevaluate.
those are called contract games where whether you want to do them or not, you still need the money, you still need the paycheck, so you got to do them.
He needs to reevaluate. What else is there? There's a lot of stuff. Machinima's gonna be there. Hey.
Are you gonna watch Machinima? Or are you gonna go to the Machinima booth?
Probably not.
I might check it out.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Rooster Teeth's going to be there again. Met them last year. They were pretty cool.
Hmm.
What does Turbine do? I know I've heard of them, but what does WB Games / Turbine do? What does WB Games / Turbine do?
Another group that I've heard about. Or no, I haven't heard of the first one you said. I've heard about Turbine though. But anyways, we didn't really have much to talk about in this GankTank. Just basically rubbing in that we're going to PAX and you're not, but don't worry, we'll be giving you guys lots of information. If you guys have any questions that you want us to ask someone, any developer that you might have inside information that they're going to be there, if you want us to ask any information for you,
if you're going to be there, say hi.
Any general information whatsoever. Well, how are they going to say hi? They don't even know what we look like.
We're the coolest looking people in the room.
Well, obviously. But, no, that'll just be me outside smoking a cigarette.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, that wraps up this GankTank, and we'll talk to you next time, I guess. Pretty bad wrap-up, but we'll stick with it. See you guys.